Mobile devices have become an essential part of our daily lives. From communication to banking, we rely on them for almost everything. However, they can also be a potential target for cybercriminals looking to steal our personal information. That's why it's important to take the necessary steps to protect our mobile devices. In this video, we'll cover the top 10 essential tips for mobile device security. 1. Regular updates. Our first tip is to keep your mobile device and its applications up to date with the latest security patches and software updates. These updates often contain security fixes and improvements that can help protect your device from potential threats. Some operating systems, like iOS and Android, have automatic updates enabled by default, but it's still a good practice to check for updates regularly and install them as soon as possible. 2. Strong passwords. Our second tip is to use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication when possible. This can help prevent unauthorized access to your device and personal information. When creating a password, use a mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Avoid using common phrases or information that can easily be guessed, like your birth date or pet's name. Two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring a code, usually sent to your phone, in addition to your password. 3. App security. Tip number 3 is to only download apps from trusted sources and carefully review app permissions before installing them. Be cautious of any app that asks for unnecessary permissions or sensitive information. Apps should only request the minimum amount of information needed to function properly. Check the reviews and ratings of the app before downloading it and look for any red flags, like a lot of negative reviews or reports of suspicious behavior. 4. Encryption. Our fourth tip is to use encryption to protect sensitive data such as credit card information or personal health information. Encryption scrambles the data so that it can only be read by authorized parties. Some devices have encryption enabled by default, but it's a good practice to check and make sure it's turned on. 5. Wi-Fi security. Tip number 5 is to avoid using public Wi-Fi networks and use a VPN to encrypt traffic when connecting to public Wi-Fi networks. This can help protect your data from potential eavesdropping. Public Wi-Fi networks can be easily compromised, allowing an attacker to intercept your data. A VPN creates an encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, making it much harder for an attacker to intercept your data. 6. Backups. Our sixth tip is to regularly back up your data to protect against loss or damage to the device. This can help ensure that your important data is not lost in case of a device failure. Backups can be stored in the cloud or on an external hard drive. Many devices have automatic backup settings that can be enabled to make the process easier. 7. Remote wipe. Tip number 7 is to enable remote wiping of the device in case it is lost or stolen. This can help prevent unauthorized access to your personal information. Many devices have built-in features that allow you to remotely wipe the device if it's lost or stolen. This can be done through a web portal or by contacting your service provider. 8. Biometric authentication. Our eighth tip is to use biometric authentication. Biometric authentication is becoming increasingly common on mobile devices, and for good reason. It's more secure than traditional passwords and can't be easily guessed or stolen. However, it's important to remember that biometric data is sensitive information, so be sure to protect it by setting up a strong passcode or pattern lock in case the biometric authentication fails. 9. Anti-malware software. Our ninth tip is to install and regularly update anti-malware software on your mobile device. Malware, or malicious software, can infect your device through various means, such as email attachments, phishing scams, or by downloading infected apps. Anti-malware software can help detect and remove these threats before they can cause harm to your device and personal information. 10. Be cautious of public charging stations. Our final tip is to be cautious when using public charging stations. While they may be convenient, they can also be a potential security risk. Cybercriminals can use USB charging ports to install malware or steal data from your device. To be safe, it's best to use your own charger and plug it into a wall outlet instead. By following these 10 essential tips for mobile device security, you can help protect your personal information and prevent cybercriminals from accessing your device. Remember, mobile security is a continuous process, so be sure to regularly review and update your security measures to stay one step ahead of potential threats. Thanks for watching.